Hey, what's going on, everyone? All right, so here are your readings for August 2018. So these are going to be good for your sun, moon, and rising signs. And for all you cross watchers, be gentle on yourself, okay? For this month, we're using the Journey of Love Oracle and the Tarot of the Spirit here. And also, I want to make a shout out to Miss Leslie here for participating in the Amazon wish list and for purchasing the Journey of Love Oracle. Thank you so much, Leslie. It was great. They're beautiful cards. I love them. And thank you for allowing me to present, some fresh new content for everyone for this month. And also, guys, if you'd like to participate in the Amazon wish list that I have going, see the description box for more information. Also, regarding the Oracle, whatever messages you get once you see the cards or the imagery on the Oracle, that's your own special message for you for this month as well. All right, guys, let's go ahead and bless the decks, and we'll get started. Father God, I open all channels of light, Lord, north, south, east, and west. Guardian angels of the four directions, high councils who serve the law of one, holy pure ones, please anchor this space now in your divine consecration to provide every single zodiac sign with the clarity and direction as to which he or she seeks. And please grant me, the reader, the objectivity to read the cards and relay every single message as they're meant and or intended to be this month. Taurus, the bull. All right, so this month we're switching up just a little bit, taking it back to basics as well. So we're going to implement, or what I was guided to implement, was Oracle and Tarot together for you guys' readings this month. All right, so in terms of Tarot, we have the Emperor reversed here. So maybe you could be dealing with an Aries or have Aries in your chart. These two cards down here are, we'll call them extra context cards to add to the reading. I haven't seen them, but we're going to go ahead and reveal them as the reading goes on. So in terms of the Oracle cards that we have here, we have number 23, Across the Waters, number 31, the Christ Flame, and number 67, the Swan. So for number 23, right here, what this card means is you may begin to think of something in a different light, and you're probably going to have a shift in perspective this month. And feelings of being overwhelmed or stress will soon be replaced with serene trust and peacefulness. Now, in terms of number 31, the Christ Flame, what this is you are beginning, Taurus, to connect with the universal Christ consciousness. And your heart is meant to awaken as a sacred heart, bearing the Christ light of divine love within this lifetime. Now, for number 67 here, for the Swan, you're being held, Taurus, within a grace of a great soul, a teacher of the heart, and of the spiritual realm. And endless light is bestowed upon you for protection. All right, Taurus, so let's see. If I pause throughout the reading, because I'm going to see what information I'm getting for you. I'm going to channel it, all right? All right, let's see here, Taurus. I'm getting, maybe if you have Libra within your chart, watch the Libra reading because they got the Swan as well in the same position there. Okay, Taurus, I feel like this month you may be experiencing, I don't want to call it a lot of stress, but I'm feeling like you may be experiencing a lot of, like discontentment. We can call it stress, just kind of, okay, towards needing to, now I'm not saying that you don't ever get up and do things yourself. No, that's not what I'm saying here. What I'm going to say here is really, Taurus, coming to the conclusion and concluding that it may be time now, Taurus, to get up off of, your throne possibly. And no longer wait around for things to come. Like, no longer wait around for the best option to present itself and then act upon that. So I'm feeling, Taurus, like it's taking action upon your own behalf. And it's really, like I said, no longer waiting around for things just to kind of come and present itself and just to take advantage of that situation. Because then if we, sometimes um, that's an applicable strategy, you know, but sometimes in life, and especially when it comes, and y'all know, when it comes to spirituality, you have to get up and put the work in yourself, you know. Once again, I'm not saying that you're not doing it. I'm just saying that sometimes we need to just, we can't wait around for the message to come through, which we always should. I feel like I'm contradicting myself here. I'm also picking up, okay, that's funny that I say that regarding contradicting, because I feel like this may be, you may be feeling like you're contradicting yourself a little bit this month in terms of contradicting your actions in terms of what you normally do. And like I said, it's getting up off of your, releasing yourself from the comfortability, I feel, of the known, and then actually getting up off your throne and really implementing what it is that you need to implement here. What I'm also feeling here too, Taurus, like, I'm feeling like you may be picking up a new hobby, or you may be experiencing new ways, you know, of like how to emotionally take emotional responsibility for your life or for your actions or for, just picked up for what you have created. Now, I don't mean that in a negative sense. You know, it's kind of like if we created something, we manifested something, we want to make sure that we follow it all the way through. And you usually do, Taurus. It's just sometimes maybe when adversities get thrown at you, you may kind of, it may rock your security, and then you're kind of like, no, just gonna, I'm gonna take a seat. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. And it's, I feel like with the cross the waters here, it's like, you had to tread those waters. You had to really see what was lying beneath the damn surface, like what was really, really there. And this is a 5 with 23 here. So you may be experiencing, say, maybe some contention in this. I'm feeling like it's more maybe contention with yourself, or maybe contention within your environment, to the point where then you had to just, like I said, get up off of your throne here and really just tread those waters with these people or with these individuals or just with yourself. And I'm picking up to prove to yourself that you have the emotional stability, or you have the emotional maturity, let's say, to really tread those waters and to really see, how are you going to, like it was almost like the river was there. I don't know why I said river, but I feel like the river was there, and then you were on one end of the river and you needed to get across it, and you were kind of like looking at the river going, oh damn, I don't know how deep it is, like, you know, I don't want to go in there and then, you know, drown. And then you finally just said, you know what, screw this, I need to get up and I need to do something. So then you got up, right? And then you then treaded lightly, of course, through the river. And then as you made your way through the river, you realized that it was only 2 feet deep, you know? And you were able to cross it at that point. And I feel like that was the beginning of a moment for you where you realized, I can do this. It's not so bad. It wasn't what I expected it to be, which is great. And with the Christ flame here, I'm really just getting like, it was time to sacrifice for self-love, I feel. But it was more of like the journey to the self-love. You know, Taurus, I mean, you rule the second house defaultly. And what the second house stands for in astrology, you know, is self-value and our relationship to money as well. But it's more of a value. It's it's kind of the 11th house is putting out and getting back. But it's more of just like, what's a relationship to tangible items? How much money we make, Taurus, you know? I'm kind of going off, you know, to left field here, but it's going to relate. Just trust me. So how much money you make, Taurus, you know, how much money other people make. Does that define your worth? Like, you know, if you only make $35,000 a year, you know, maybe someone else makes $65,000 a year. Do you consider that person that makes more than you, their life, or their self-worth, do you validate it more than yourself, you know? I hope you understand what I'm saying here. In me saying this, what I'm feeling here is that it's like to sacrifice for the betterment or for the betterment of the situation. And you know, I hate to get a little bit religious here, but you know, Christ was, he was spat at, he was stoned, like he was, you know, he was mistreated, you know. So that's what I'm saying, for the betterment of the situation. So I feel like it took bravery to get up off of your throne and then to then tread those waters of emotion and to realize it's not that deep, it's not that bad. And just on a side note here, I'm not saying that what Christ went through wasn't bad, I'm just saying. But okay, thank you. You expected it to be like what Christ experienced. Like you expected like the worst to happen, like you were gonna fall in the damn mud and you were gonna get into quicksand, and then you were gonna drown in the water, and then no one was gonna be able to pull you out and save you. That was the expectation. And then I'm feeling like when you had the bravery to go through it, and then you made it across, and you realized it wasn't what you expected it to be, that's when the I can face adversity and say, screw you, I'm gonna do it. I'm going to get her done. That's what I heard right here, right now. And also, at the beginning of the reading, when I said I feel like you may be feeling discontent, whenever the Emperor card is reversed, it's a feeling of like losing control. It's a feeling of it either can be losing control, or it can also be, when I say control, it means healthy delegation. It's more of like either losing control, or it can be also the emotions are just so up in the air, and they're so radical that it ends up turning out into, let's just say it this way, Taurus, making asshole decisions. I'm not saying that you are one, I'm just saying that's what it can mean when it's reversed, you know. And I'm feeling like maybe you were feeling discontented and you felt like you had to make the asshole decision. Like I feel like you needed that push to like get to be like, damn it, and to get up off of, you know, off of the throne, and to be like, I'm sick of this shit, like that, and then to actually do it. And then you're like, oh, well, it wasn't that bad. Okay, when you cross the river, right, or cross the waters, to get to the other side as to what you needed to accomplish there. And I feel like in this case, or for this month for you, it's the journey that is what is really key here. It wasn't getting to the, even though you wanted to get to the other side, but it was more of like you needed to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. And with the swan here, I'm feeling also like now you're going to understand your emotions better. You're going to understand that it shouldn't have to come to the point where you get so sick and tired of being sick and tired in order for you to feel brave enough to move forward. You know what I mean? I'm also hearing not settling as well, or not putting yourself in positions where you're kind of forced to settle, and then that discontent or that sick and tired of being sick and tired comes anyway. It's like trying to avoid avoidable consequences, something like that, to that effect. But once you master this and you get across the other side and realize it wasn't so bad, that's when you become the swan. That's when you glide across the water. You're like, bitch. You're like, shh. You know, you're like gliding across the water. Like, okay, we have the Brother of Earth, or the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Interesting, we have the Two of Cups reversed. Watch the Libra reading, Taurus. Libra got the Two of Cups reversed in this position. Very interesting. Okay. So what I'm feeling here is that balance. There needs to be a balance of like I told Libra, masculine and feminine energy. And this is not having the balance of masculine energy. Yeah, and I'm also feeling here too, like with the Knight of Pentacles reversed here. It's no longer no longer doing things like, how can I say it, on your own time, but in terms of like doing it very slow and being very methodical and calculating, which is, there's nothing wrong with that, Taurus, but sometimes when we do that, it's more of a defense mechanism because we don't want to maybe go through something, or we feel a little bit kind of maybe self-conscious about doing something or going through with something. It makes us feel a little uncomfortable. So then we kind of just, we're saying, well, I'm just taking my time and I'm doing it, the best way that I can. Which I'm not saying that that's not true, but it's more of like it's a defense mechanism to not rush into it. I just heard, I'll be damned if I fail. I just heard that too. That's interesting. And what I also find interesting here too is that I feel like your heart chakra is also opening up during this time too, Taurus, during this month. See, there's a bunch of red here, and then all of a sudden green in his eyes, right? He has a very discontent look, but green is the heart chakra, and then the green comes here, green is here, and it's coming to the center, and also there's green here at the footstep of the Emperor card here. A bunch of green here, and green at the top here in terms of being the bird. Yeah, and there's a lot of birds here. Swans, birds may be important during this month for you too, Taurus, as well. Going back to what I said about the green, I feel like your heart chakra is opening up, and it's through these experiences of like kind of taking that risk of walking through the unknown and through moments of uncomfortability and actually pushing forward with it, whether you got angry or not to do it, the fact is that it happened. So I feel like through that experience, that's when you're going to, then your heart chakra is going to open up, and you're going to have more like respect for yourself in terms of like, I don't have to wait around until I get sick and tired of being sick and tired of, and that's when I decide to move. It's a very earth sign thing. We'll just keep dwelling and dwelling and dwelling and dwelling until we're just like, I can't take any more shit. Forget this. And then we just like explode, and then we, Taurus, and once you have your mindset on something, oh Lord, everyone better move. But okay, I just picked up to that, maybe that type of mindset, Taurus, where it's like having to bulldoze your way through experiences and bulldoze your way through coming from the sick and tired of being sick and tired, bulldozing your way through it. And then what's left when you bulldoze your way through it, it's kind of destruction a little bit. And then I feel like that maybe ties into the Two of Cups being reversed here in terms of like, then it was an overload of the masculinity within you, and it was too much of it, and it was not channeled properly. And then you're left kind of feeling like, well, who the hell's around? Like, damn, like, it wasn't that bad. Like, but everyone else is like, I'm out of here. This is freaking ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like that kind of situation. And then that's when your feminine side, or at least the feminine energy within you, is off kilter. I just picked up, got lost in the sauce maybe during those processes. But anyway, Taurus, just to bring it back, I feel like it's time to be graceful. And the only way that we can be graceful is if we open up our heart chakra and we realize that those lessons that we must go through, or those things that we must go through, it's a perspective. It doesn't necessarily have to be like looked at like, oh my God, I gotta do it. Don't wait till those moments, I just picked up, let the cat out of the bag when you walk in the damn door. Be like, meow, kitty, I got a kitty here, like that, like, you know what I mean? Like, just don't hide it in the bag. And then finally, like, when that damn cat is starving and ready to come out and claws deep, and then it rips its way through it, you know what I mean? Handle the situations as they come, and when we handle it from a heart-based position, or from a heart-spaced position, with the green, with the heart chakra, when we handle it initially, when it first comes up, we have more patience in terms of handling it in a loving and compassionate way than letting it build, letting it build, letting it build, and by the time you need to address it, it's out of frustration and anger, and it's like the Emperor reversed here, you know? But definitely it's no longer vacillating, I'm feeling here too, and a balance overall, Taurus. You need a hobby, Taurus. You need to channel that damn energy somehow, whatever it may be, the gym, whether you like to make bracelets, whether you know, guys, being spiritual comes in many different shapes and forms, you know what I mean? Like, even starting your own garden is a spiritual movement. Whatever brings peace and allows you to look at things from a different perspective and to come from a heart-based position or disposition, that's ascension in itself, and that's spiritual. You know, don't ever let anyone tell you that what you're doing is not spiritual enough. That's ridiculous, because that's ego, and you need to just disregard that. That's when you bulldoze your way through it. No, don't do that. But I'm just saying, I think you get what I'm trying to say here, Taurus, overall. And I'm also picking up too as the last message for you, Taurus, loving people spiritually. Knowing that when we leave this human freaking vessel here with blood and emotions and God, all the things that come with, you know, being human, when we leave this vessel and when it dies and when it shrivels up, you know, we go back into, you know, our most ascended spiritual self. That's when we look at our life and we have that life review and we say, damn, I did that. That was so fucked up. That was so messed up. Love people on that level, to know that they're not, it's not that they're not responsible, Taurus, for their human actions, but it's more of like, you know, their true potential. You know, it's like looking at your child and seeing your child like rage on, like, blah, and acting all crazy, and then you're like, you're gonna be fine in 10 minutes, like, relax. And then you know that what your child's true potential is, and it's just a process. Loving people like that, Taurus. I also just picked up to surround yourself with high vibrational activity. Surround yourself with loving things, so that when you see loving things, then your eyes automatically anticipate love is going to be seen through the lenses of your eyes. I hope I'm making sense. I'm kind of going around the world with that, but I think you know what I mean. Anyway, Taurus, you got this month, okay? If you get a little mad, it's okay, because it's part of the process. You need to be sick and tired of getting sick and tired, and then you need to just tread those damn waters, okay? And it's just something that you must kind of go through to realize that you're stronger than you know, and you're stronger than you think. And where does your self-value and self-worth stem from? And what do you believe in yourself regarding that you're worth not getting upset and handling situations when they arise, you know, in a heart or from heart-based position. All right, Taurus. I'll shut up, man. All right, I'll see you, Taurus. We'll see you next month, alrighty? Good job.